Hey guys, Paul here. Are you into bushcraft woodworking with your Moras or Opinels, but wish you had a carving knife to get in those harder to carve places, like the V in a tree fork slingshot? Well, I found the perfect knife for that, and it's the Mora 106 carving knife. The Mora 106 carving knife comes in the typical plastic Mora sheath, kind of nice with a pattern there, a little fancier than the traditional sheath here. Come with the carbon steel. Right away you just notice what a beautiful knife it is. Natural birch handle. This is 3 1/8 inch long blade, so it's a little shorter than the 3 1/4 on a number 8 Opinel, and it's also a little shorter than the 3 7/8 here on the Mora Companion. Now the 106 is also a carbon steel knife with a high carbon center. It's a laminate steel with the center of very high carbon steel and with a slightly softer alloy carbon steel outer layer. Even though it comes to that very, very fine edge, check out how thick the spine is on that knife in comparison to the Mora MG Companion. The 106 is considerably thicker and stouter, which is amazing because these MG Companions, as you probably know, can take tons of abuse. Actually, what's even cooler is that the tang runs all the way to the back of the handle. Now on these, runs about 3/4. It's also similar in a way to the Opinel. It's not as thin as the Opinel, but I've used the Opinel exclusively to carve my slingshot forks recently. And getting in this area, you can see the blade's just too wide and I have to rasp out that area. The first thing I did when I got this knife is I checked out how well it carves in a tight space and the amazing control that you have in that knife. Now this is hard black cherry wood, a relatively hard wood. So for carving, the 106 really shines. I mean, it's those tight spaces, the control, the just a really commanding cut there. It's really great. But how about slicing? You know, the reason we like Opinels and Moras so much is the way they slice. Look at that. Taking off those strips of black cherry. Okay? One thing you want to remember is that this is a stouter blade, so it's not going to slice the same way as your very, very thin Opinel. What you want to do for slicing, I'm noticing, is come up further on the blade where it's thinner. So if I want to slice here, for example, see that? And then it does slice pretty well. Again, that's hard black cherry. And this feels a lot stiffer and more secure in the hand than my Opinel, which is a lighter knife, and it just doesn't feel as secure as this Mora 106 does in the hand. So you can slice with this 106 knife. See that? Just remember to use the top third of the blade to really get the maximum slicing performance there. And it actually does slice really nicely using that top of the blade. Now Mora makes a smaller version of the carving knife here. It's called the 120. And that's I think a 2 5/8 inch blade. So you're not going to have the slicing capability as you are on the 106. So this is a more versatile knife. There, I put a nice coat of linseed oil on that. You can see that birch popping out there. Some nice grain in that wood. Very, very nice. And a handy sheath. The blade length is really great. The construction is really cool. And with that laminate steel, it's the more expensive steel that Mora produces. However, at 20 bucks shipped from eBay seller Oak Cutlery, and I'm putting a link to their eBay store in the description here below. I've done business with Oak Cutlery before, and they're really reliable. Great communication with the seller, and I personally recommend them here as far as buying all of your Mora knives through Oak Cutlery down in North Carolina. And I'm looking forward to many more hours carving with this knife, all kinds of projects. Again, for 20 bucks, people, shipped to you, it's a must-have, and it's a really good value. If you use these knives or enjoyed this video, please give it a thumb up. Would be great to have you on board as a subscriber to my channel. Share this video with your friends. I really appreciate it, guys. And this is Paul signing out, saying we will see you real soon.